Almost every man overlooks something important, even though it matters more than he realizes. And interestingly, it is something women quietly appreciate, even if they rarely talk about it. It is not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It is not about saying the perfect thing at the perfect time. It is something far more subtle, far more powerful, and far more accessible than most men ever imagine. Think about this for a moment. You have probably seen men who seem to have it all together. They are good-looking, confident, maybe even successful with money and status. They walk into a room and people notice them. They have careers that impress, bank accounts that provide security, and social circles that validate their place in the world. Yet, somehow they still struggle to create deep, meaningful connections with women. Something just does not click, and they cannot figure out why. They have everything that society tells them women want, and yet they find themselves alone, confused, and frustrated. The reality is, attraction is not built only on appearance, wealth, or social standing. What many men fail to notice are the small, subtle behaviors that leave a lasting impression. These are not loud or obvious moves. They are quiet, powerful actions that often go unnoticed, yet they shape how a woman truly feels about you in ways that words alone never could. In this video, we are going to reveal some of those hidden desires women experience but rarely express openly. These are not typical dating tips you hear everywhere. They are not the tired cliches about being confident or making her laugh. They are rooted in psychology and timeless human behavior, and when understood properly, they can completely transform the way women perceive you. Now, imagine this for a second. What if you could connect with a woman on a level she does not even fully understand herself? What if you could stand out effortlessly, without chasing her, without over-explaining yourself, and without trying to prove your worth? Just by knowing how to make her feel safe, appreciated, and emotionally understood. That alone would instantly place you ahead of most men. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If you are unaware of these deeper principles, you are already at a disadvantage. You might lose attraction that could have grown into something meaningful. You might miss out on a connection that could have stayed in her mind long after you were gone. That is why understanding this matters so much. And once these ideas truly click for you, especially the last three, the way you see attraction in relationships will never be the same again. Before we go further, a quick request. If you genuinely want to learn and apply these insights in your own life, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Her Inner Psychology, and turn on notifications so you do not miss what comes next. It might seem like a small thing, but it matters more than you realize. Your support allows us to keep creating content that can truly change how you see relationships and connection. Now, let us move into the first idea, something most men underestimate. The quiet impact of touch before intimacy. Curious? Imagine you are on a date. The atmosphere feels right. Conversation is smooth. Both of you are enjoying the moment, and there is laughter on both sides. But deep down, something feels slightly off. She is there. She is engaged, yet she is not completely open. Later, you drop her home, send a message, and then nothing. No response. Just silence. This is the point where many men unknowingly lose momentum. They had a great time, or so they thought, and yet the connection evaporated like mist in the morning sun. A lot of men assume attraction is built through words alone. They focus on being funny, telling interesting stories, or trying to impress with what they say. They prepare jokes, rehearse anecdotes, and try to fill every silence with clever observations. But the truth is, women do not connect only through conversation. They connect through emotions, through the energy you bring, and most importantly, through how they feel around you. Words are important, yes, but they are only part of the equation. The emotional experience of being with you is what truly matters. One of the most overlooked ways to build that feeling is through calm, intentional touch. Not something rushed or needy, and definitely not something that feels forced. It has to be natural, respectful, and effortless. Even the smallest gesture, when done with genuine intention, can completely shift the connection. A light touch on her shoulder, A slow and comfortable hug, or a gentle, reassuring gesture at the right moment can change the entire emotional tone between you. These simple actions communicate more than words ever could. For many women, emotional safety carries more weight than physical attraction. Non-sexual touch sends a clear message without speaking. It tells her that you respect her space. It lets her know she can relax around you. That sense of comfort is what allows real intimacy to develop. It is not about using perfect techniques or trying to perform. It is about being present, slowing things down, and actually noticing her responses. When you create an environment where she feels appreciated instead of pressured, everything begins to flow naturally. Men who truly stand out do not try to rush or control these moments. They allow things to unfold at their own pace. They stay grounded, calm, and aware of the situation. They understand that real connection grows in a space where there is ease and comfort. When you carry yourself with that kind of calm intention, you naturally become someone she feels safe with, someone she is drawn to without needing to chase or force anything. What makes this even more powerful is that it works on a level most people are not consciously aware of. When a woman feels safe and emotionally at ease around you, her guard naturally lowers without you having to convince her of anything. That sense of comfort is not created through big gestures or dramatic moves, but through consistency and small, respectful actions. The way you sit, the way you listen, the way you respond to her energy, all play a role. Intentional touch, when it feels natural, reinforces that emotional safety. It shows confidence without aggression and interest without pressure. The key is awareness. You have to notice how she reacts, whether she leans in, relaxes, or pulls back. Respecting those signals is what separates a man who understands connection from one who is just trying to impress. Patience also plays a huge role here. Many men rush, thinking they might lose the moment, but real attraction builds when there is no rush at all. When you slow down and stay present, you create space for genuine feelings to grow. That is what makes the connection feel real, memorable, and different from what she usually experiences. Another layer to this is emotional awareness. Many men focus only on what they are doing, but real connection comes from understanding what she is feeling in each moment. When you are tuned in, you notice the small shifts in her mood, her body language, and her energy. This allows you to respond naturally instead of guessing or forcing anything. That awareness makes your presence feel calm and grounded, which is something women rarely experience. It is also important to understand that restraint is attractive. Not reacting impulsively, not rushing into physical closeness, and not trying to escalate too quickly creates a sense of control and confidence. When your actions are slow and intentional, they feel more genuine. It shows that you are not driven by desperation, but by clarity and self-control. Over time, these small moments build trust. Trust then turns into comfort, and comfort opens the door to deeper attraction. When a woman feels she can relax around you without pressure, she begins to associate you with emotional ease. That feeling stays with her even after you are gone, making your presence far more impactful than any words you could have spoken in that moment. Let us move to the second idea, something that often gets overlooked in conversations about attraction: the power of genuine presence. Most men approach interactions with a hidden agenda. They are thinking about what to say next, how to impress her, or how to move the interaction forward. Their mind is racing with strategies and tactics, and they are not truly present in the moment. But women can feel that energy. They can sense when a man is not fully there, when his attention is divided, or when he is performing rather than connecting. Genuine presence is rare, and that is precisely why it is so attractive. When you are fully present with a woman, you are not worrying about the outcome. You are not trying to control the conversation. You are simply there, engaged, and attuned to her. This creates a profound sense of safety and connection because she feels seen and heard in a way that most people never experience. Presence is not about saying the right thing. It is about listening with your full attention, noticing the subtle details, and responding authentically. It is about being curious rather than impressive. When you are genuinely present, you notice the way she moves, the expressions that cross her face, the emotions that flicker behind her eyes. You are not waiting for your turn to speak. You are truly hearing what she is saying. This level of attention is deeply validating for a woman. It tells her that she matters, that her thoughts and feelings are important, and that you are not just trying to get something from her. In a world where everyone is distracted by phones, notifications, and their own internal chatter, your full attention is a gift. It is something that she will remember long after the conversation ends. And here is the thing about presence. It cannot be faked. You cannot pretend to be attentive while your mind is elsewhere. Women are incredibly perceptive. They can sense when you are genuinely engaged versus when you are just going through the motions. The difference is palpable. When you are truly present, your body language changes. Your eye contact becomes steady but not intense. Your energy becomes grounded rather than scattered. Your responses become thoughtful rather than rehearsed. This authenticity is magnetic. It draws her in because it feels real. It feels safe. It feels like she can be herself without having to perform or impress. This is the foundation of true connection. The third idea is the importance of emotional safety. This is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of attraction. Many men believe that attraction is about excitement, about creating tension and intrigue. While those elements can play a role, they are not the foundation. The foundation is safety. Women need to feel emotionally safe before they can fully open up to you. Emotional safety means that she can express herself without fear of judgment, criticism, or rejection. It means that she can be vulnerable without worrying that you will use her vulnerability against her. It means that you are a steady, reliable presence who will not react with anger, defensiveness, or withdrawal when she shares something difficult. This is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about showing up as the same person, day after day, so that she knows what to expect from you. Emotional safety is built through small, consistent actions. It is built when you respond with empathy rather than solutions. When you validate her feelings even if you do not fully understand them. When you show up when you say you will. When you are honest even when it is uncomfortable. When you do not punish her for expressing her needs. These are the building blocks of trust, and trust is the currency of deep connection. A woman who feels emotionally safe with you will open up in ways that others never experience. She will share her fears, her dreams, her insecurities, and her deepest desires. She will let you into her inner world, and that is a privilege that should never be taken lightly. Conversely, if she does not feel safe, she will hold back. She will keep parts of herself hidden. She will be present but not fully engaged. She will enjoy your company but never truly connect. And that is the difference between a superficial relationship and one that has real depth. The fourth idea is the art of emotional attunement. This goes beyond presence and safety. It is about tuning into her emotional frequency and responding in ways that resonate with her. Emotional attunement is the ability to sense what she is feeling and to respond in a way that makes her feel understood. It is not about agreeing with everything she says. It is about showing her that you get it, that you understand her experience, even if you see things differently. This is one of the most powerful ways to build connection because it makes her feel deeply seen and valued. For example, if she shares a frustration, attunement is not about fixing the problem immediately. It is about acknowledging her feelings and letting her know that you understand why she is upset. It is about sitting with her in her emotion rather than rushing to solve it. This is counterintuitive for many men because they are conditioned to be problem solvers. But women often do not want solutions. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want to know that their feelings are valid and that they are not alone in their experience. When you can provide that emotional attunement, you become someone she feels deeply connected to. You become someone she trusts with her inner world. And that trust is the foundation of lasting attraction. The fifth idea is the power of consistent reliability. This is one of the most underrated qualities in attraction. Women are drawn to men who are reliable, not in a boring, predictable way, but in a way that makes them feel secure. Reliability is about being someone she can count on. It is about following through on your commitments, showing up on time, and being consistent in your words and actions. When a woman knows that she can depend on you, she relaxes into the relationship. She does not have to worry about whether you will be there for her. She does not have to second-guess your intentions. This consistency creates a deep sense of safety that allows attraction to flourish. On the other hand, inconsistency is incredibly damaging to attraction. When you are hot and cold, when your words and actions do not align, or when she never knows which version of you she is going to get, it creates anxiety and uncertainty. And anxiety is not a good foundation for attraction. Women want to feel secure, not stressed. They want to feel like they can count on you, not like they have to constantly wonder where they stand. Reliability does not mean being boring. It means being trustworthy. It means that your words have weight and your actions have meaning. It means that she knows she matters to you because you show up for her consistently. This is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. The sixth idea is the importance of emotional regulation. This is about staying calm and grounded, even when things are difficult. Women are deeply attracted to men who can handle their emotions without losing control. When you can stay composed in the face of stress, when you do not react impulsively or lash out when you are frustrated, you demonstrate a level of self-mastery that is profoundly attractive. Emotional regulation does not mean suppressing your feelings. It means processing them in a healthy way and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. It means that you do not let your emotions dictate your actions. This creates a sense of safety because she knows that she can rely on you to stay steady even when things get turbulent. When a woman sees that you can handle your own emotions, she feels safer to share hers. She knows that you will not be overwhelmed by her feelings or make her responsible for yours. This is one of the most important qualities in a long-term partner. The seventh idea is the power of vulnerability. Many men believe that vulnerability is a sign of weakness. They think they need to be strong, stoic, and unshakable. But the truth is, vulnerability is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Vulnerability is not about being weak. It is about being real. It is about having the courage to show your true self, including your fears, your insecurities, and your emotions. When you are vulnerable, you give her permission to be vulnerable too. You create a space for genuine connection rather than a performance. Women are not looking for perfect men. They are looking for real ones. They want a man who is confident enough to admit when he is struggling, secure enough to express his feelings, and brave enough to be authentic. Vulnerability builds intimacy because it shows that you trust her enough to let her see the real you, and that trust is reciprocated. When she sees that you are willing to be vulnerable, she feels safe enough to be vulnerable with you. This creates a depth of connection that surface-level interactions can never achieve. The eighth idea is the importance of leading with intention. Women are attracted to men who know what they want and are not afraid to go after it. This is not about being controlling or demanding. It is about having clarity and direction in your life. When you lead with intention, you are decisive, purposeful, and clear about your values and goals. You do not just go with the flow or wait for things to happen to you. You take initiative and create your own path. This is incredibly attractive because it gives her a sense of security and direction. She knows that you are someone who can navigate life with confidence and purpose. Leading with intention also applies to the relationship itself. It means being clear about your interest, taking initiative in planning dates, and moving the relationship forward with purpose rather than drifting aimlessly. Women are not attracted to men who are passive or indecisive. They are drawn to men who take charge in a respectful and considerate way. The ninth idea is the power of appreciation. Women want to feel valued and appreciated. This is not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It is about noticing the little things and expressing gratitude. It is about acknowledging her efforts, her contributions, and the qualities you admire in her. When you show genuine appreciation, you make her feel seen and valued. This is one of the most powerful ways to build attraction and deepen connection. Appreciation is not about flattery. It is about genuine recognition. It is about paying attention to who she is and letting her know that you see her. This can be as simple as thanking her for something she did, complimenting her on a quality you admire, or expressing gratitude for her presence in your life. When a woman feels appreciated, she is more likely to feel connected to you and invested in the relationship. The 10th and final idea is the importance of self-possession. This is about being comfortable in your own skin and not needing external validation. Self-possession is the quality of being grounded, centered, and confident in who you are. It is not about arrogance or ego. It is about a quiet, unshakable sense of self-worth. When you are self-possessed, you do not need her approval to feel good about yourself. You do not seek validation from her or anyone else. This is incredibly attractive because it means that you are not dependent on her for your sense of worth. You are a whole person who is capable of giving and receiving love without being needy or clingy. Self-possession also means that you are not easily swayed by her moods or opinions. You have your own identity, your own values, and your own path. This independence is magnetic because it means that she cannot control or manipulate you. She knows that you are with her because you want to be, not because you need to be. And that makes her value you all the more. Men, these 10 ideas are not just tips for dating. They are principles for building deeper, more meaningful connections with women. They are rooted in psychology, human behavior, and the timeless dynamics of attraction. When you understand these principles, you stop guessing and start knowing. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop struggling and start flowing. The difference between the men who succeed in relationships and those who struggle is not luck or genetics. It is understanding. It is awareness. It is the willingness to learn and grow. And now that you have this knowledge, the only question is what you will do with it. Will you ignore it and continue with the same patterns that have not been working? Or will you apply it and transform your relationships from the ground up? The choice is yours. But remember this, understanding the inner world is not just about getting what you want. It is about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts deep, meaningful connections. It is about healing yourself, your relationships, your community, and the way you show up in the world. And that is the ultimate reward. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 ideas resonated with you the most? Have you experienced the power of emotional safety or genuine presence in your relationships? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one and personally reply to as many as I can. Your experience might be the one that opens someone else's eyes. And remember, the next video is going to expose the exact psychological tricks women use to test a man's strength without him even realizing it. You think you have never been tested? You are about to find out how wrong you are. Women test men constantly, not out of malice, but out of instinct. They test to see if you are strong enough to lead, stable enough to rely on, and secure enough to handle their emotions without crumbling. These tests are often subtle, almost invisible, but they are happening all the time. And if you do not know how to recognize them, you are failing them without even knowing it. So, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss it. Turn on the notification bell so you are the first to know when the next video drops. Join the inner circle and become part of a community of men who are committed to understanding female psychology, building stronger relationships, and becoming the best versions of themselves. I will see you in the next video. Until then, remember this. When you understand the inner world, you do not just heal yourself. You heal your relationships, your community, and the way you show up in the world. Because knowledge is power, awareness is protection, and understanding is the key to everything.